We were peaking at 5,000 crossings a day, so 30,000 a month.
Once overwhelmed with asylum seekers, many El Paso migrant shelters sit quiet, some even closed.
We were one of the last ones to close. It just wasn't beneficial to continue not knowing the circumstances if we were ever going to get more migrants.
Out of 14 shelters once operating here, only 5 remain open. As the U.S. Border Patrol credits tougher enforcement and military support for the results, faith-based groups say their mission hasn't changed.
A lot of the work is just supporting the real sort of fundamental humanitarian needs, but then it's evolved into a number of services as well.
Sammy DiPasquale is the executive director of Ibarra, a faith-based charity that works with some 32 shelters on both sides of the border.
A lot of it's just trying to provide even just human experiences for people, because you can't imagine some of the trauma that people are arriving with.
The U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops is phasing out many of its migrant aid programs, citing funding cuts tied to Trump administration policy shifts. It's a concern for DiPasquale since migrants are still arriving and their needs remain.
When funding is taken away by the government, it really impacts everybody because peripherally, whether it's directly or peripherally, the community is receiving support through that funding, and if that's taken away, then the community needs to figure out how to fill the hole.
Meanwhile, the Justice Department is also pulling grants from shelters and legal aid centers.
Most of these NGOs, in my opinion, that I saw, it became a center for profit for them.
In a recent post on X, Doge reported the Health and Human Services Department terminated a contract that paid a group called Family Endeavors $18 million a month to run what ended up becoming an empty West Texas shelter.
Lucky Catholic Charity's got over $100 million in the valley. Rented out whole hotels to put these people in. They would put them in the hotel, and you'd go to check up, and guess what? They'd be gone.
Another way Texas shelters are being impacted is through the legal system. Right now, Annunciation House is in a battle with the Texas Attorney General, who accuses the Catholic organization of violating state law by helping undocumented migrants here at its El Paso shelter.
It's trying to make an example of an organization that has been at the forefront of this work for over 4 decades, trying to serve the most vulnerable.
State officials say it's about upholding immigration law, while supporters of Annunciation House argue the lawsuit threatens religious liberty.
The intent is clear, to intimidate organizations and local communities so that they don't provide services to migrants. Not only are they going after people who migrate, but they're also going after those who help migrants.
Annunciation House declined our request for an interview as they await a decision from the Texas Supreme Court, one that could profoundly impact faith-based migrant shelters and the ways in which they minister.
So I don't think it's something that we're going to turn our backs on just because of this attack from our state's leadership. We're going to continue to celebrate who we are as a welcoming community in spite of these challenges.
With fewer migrants arriving, a legal fight, and dwindling resources, shelters once seen as a lifeline are closing, raising questions about the future of border aid in Texas. Larry Floyd says he'll choose to focus on the good resulting from their efforts during the crisis.
Whatever your idea is about the border and all the things that have happened, Jesus was alive and present in our center, and we saw it for over 4,000 of these migrants that said yes to Christ.
In El Paso, Petite, CBN.